Hello everyone, I wanted to make this video and Edpuzzle on the activity, on the problem that we did yesterday. So I went through these different problems in class that we could use on the Canon simulator, and the one that we looked at was this first one here. Which angle will shoot the cannonball the farthest? Okay, so then the first thing we need to do is come up with a hypothesis. What is a hypothesis? Well, a hypothesis is an if-then statement. It is testable, and it solves the problem. So our problem was which angle will shoot the cannonball the farthest? Well, somebody in my 8th period class yesterday said 80 degrees. So therefore, our hypothesis was if the cannon is shot at 80 degrees, then it will make the cannonball travel the farthest. Now, one thing I want to point out. When we do this experiment, we have an independent variable, dependent variable, and control variables. What are controlled variables? Okay, so controlled variables are the things that you keep constant in the experiment. So in this experiment, we're going to keep everything constant. We're going to drop this speed down to 10 meters per second. We're going to keep the cannonball the same every time. Its mass, its diameter, its gravity. We'll turn air resistance on, and the altitude will be held constant. So those are all the controlled variables. Now, what is the independent variable? So an independent variable is the variable the scientist changes in an experiment. So what is the independent variable going to be in this experiment? Now, if you said the angle, then you were correct. We are going to change this angle. Okay, so we're going to do it at 25 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60, and 80. Okay, so those are the angles. Now, what is the dependent variable? If you said the dependent variable is what you measure or observe, then you are correct. What is the dependent variable in this experiment? If you said the distance traveled, you are correct. So now what we would do is we would take this and measure the range. The range is the distance. And we would do it for all, how many? 5 of these. Okay, so now I've already measured that. So I want to go back here. Okay, so we said the independent variable is the angle. The dependent variable is the distance. Here are the different distances. So based on this, because this is step 4 in the scientific method, was the hypothesis correct that it would be 80 degrees angle would shoot at the farthest distance? If you said no, you are correct. You can see 80 degrees did not shoot at the farthest. 80 degrees actually shot at the shortest distance. 45 degrees shot at the farthest. So what is the next step after step 4 of the scientific method? If you said the conclusion, you are correct. In the conclusion, which is step 5, you would have said that 45 degrees angles shot at the farthest. Your hypothesis was wrong, and that you'd also put the data in there. Say, my hypothesis was wrong. 80 degrees only shot at 3.74 meters, while 45 degrees shot at 10 point, can I go back there? Why is that up there? 10.16 meters. Okay? So I hope that helps. And the reason I did that was because a lot of people weren't really answering the questions yesterday. All right. We'll get on to the next topic here shortly.